Hello everybody, J.Yumeko here, and today we're back with the house in Fata Morgana. Now, I'm gonna try and get this series out every Monday, is what I'm thinking right now, and then it'll go, Monday is House in Fata Morgana, Wednesday is The Letter, Friday is going to be, what is it? I believe it's either, I think it's Saint Maker, and then Sunday is going to be Cinderella Phenomenon. And then White Day 2 will kind of be thrown in at random places, so that one will be a bit more leisurely from on my side. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a rundown of how the scheduling is going to be working out from now on. So hopefully that works for you guys. But without further ado, let's jump right on back into it. So I think that last time we left off, let's see, we were kind of coming to the realization. Well, Mel was coming to the realization that he might actually be in love with the mysterious white-haired girl. A dream. What was that dream? It was horribly unsettling. I was holding someone, a girl I cared for dearly, in my arms, and she was limp. It was almost as if she were dead. I've been having a lot of really unpleasant dreams lately. I can't stop shaking. Why would I have such a dream? I feel sick. Back to sleep. But I wonder, who was that girl? I can sense someone standing beyond my door. Is someone there? It's like they're watching me. Is it just my imagination? I can't move. What? What do you want? Go away. The sound is growing fainter. Oh? Is that truly what your story meant, Father? But such a magnificent garden. Something we could never have had. Are my intentions misguided? What a beautiful white rose. Oh shit. You could have sneaked into his room rather easily then. No one was watching. Oh. How long have you... Oh, you needn't pay me any mind. I shall not condemn you, no matter what you might do. Rather, I am on your side. I was not going to do anything. Oh? Is that so? Then perhaps you were out for a late-night stroll. I imagine you have less difficulties going outside at night. I beg your pardon. I will return to the mansion immediately. Oh yes, that reminds me. It was also the middle of the night when the grocer's servant broke into their safe. News of that spread quite far. I'm sure you would have heard about it. Oh? Although, was Gamash imprisoned? Dear me, I'm having trouble remembering. But worry not. If you wish for it, the mansion shall provide. You are in no danger whatsoever of getting caught. You said that a witch lives in the mansion, did you not? I did. Does that sound perhaps a bit archaic to you? No.
I believe those rumors mockingly refer to me.
Oh my.
I have been accused of being a witch before. Which is amusing. I don't have any magical powers. I simply have an unusual appearance. My, what a lovely shade of red. The rose.
It turned red.
Is something the matter? This rose was white. Until I took it in my hand. Is that so? I apologize. I must sound mad. I'm sure I was just mistaken. It couldn't possibly have changed. I wonder. Yes? Did the girl locked in the mansion become a princess? What?
We should lock up and head to bed. Make sure all of the shutters are closed nice and tight, and then draw the bar on the front door. Oh, okay. What? Why are we're swinging for right out the gate, man? What is happening? So Mel wakes up from a strange dream, and it seems that the white-haired girl was outside of his door. And she seems to have some ulterior motives here, but we're not quite sure what those are. Interesting, okay.
Slowly but surely, time trekked onward, everyone working toward their own individual goals. Each early summer breeze that blew through the garden was like God's hallowed breath carrying the flowers' fragrance in through Rose Manor's windows. If only time could be stopped, and this beautiful era made to live on through eternity. As usual, Mel's eyes chased after the white-haired girl, and Nellie pursed her lips in frustration at her. But she was still rather docile. Even taking into account how self-centered she behaved, how fickle her temper, Nellie's fits were still no worse than a playful kitten. See? At that very moment, our lively little feline had her claws poised to swat at the flaxen-haired young man. Mel, you promised me, or have you forgotten?
I haven't forgotten. I'm just asking if we can go another day.
Another day? This isn't something that happens every day. I've been looking forward to tonight's performance for so long.
There's nothing I can do about that. We're having a gathering at the priest's home tonight. Several high-ranking officials have come up from the mainland just for this.
Who cares?
I care. You know, Nellie, it doesn't have to be me who goes with you.
No, I want to go with you, Mel. You've been so distant lately, dearest Mel. You refuse to do anything with me.
That's not true.
Tell me, if you can't go today, when can you? When will you be willing to go out with me? When will you be willing to play cards with me? To have tea together?
I can't make any promises. I have things to do. Obligations. And Nellie, you're almost an adult yourself. Stop acting like such a child.
I am not an adult yet. I'm still a kid. If it means I don't get to play with you anymore, dearest Mel, then I don't want to be an adult.
Nellie, you can't... Lady Nellie, the master wishes to speak with you.
Huh? Father does? What could he want?
Go on, Nellie. You can't make Father wait. He's very particular about having people keep their appointments.
Yes, he is. Unlike you, dearest Mel.
What's got her in such a foul mood? Oh, sir. Oh, thank goodness for small miracles. Nellie just won't seem to take me at my word lately.
You mustn't be so harsh on her. She is your one and only darling little sister.
You're right, but still, she's taking it a bit too far of late.
Oh? I'm not so sure. She does not seem to be behaving any differently to me.
Am I the one acting differently then? Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a favor?
Me? What can I do for you?
I was thinking.
Physically, Mel was undeniably a young man, but the smirk that crossed his lips as he schemed gave his face the sweet look of a little boy. Or perhaps that was simply part of his charm, and it was not the age disparity but his character that made him smile so heartwarming. What did he ask of me? You shall find out soon enough. It's cloudy. Thank goodness for that too. Though it would be even better if it were even darker out. I believe the textile shop was around here. Ah. Hi there. Lord Mel, fancy meeting you here? Yeah, what a surprise. So, would you say we take this chance and go for a little walk? Since you're so sensitive to sunlight, we can keep our eyes out for shadowy areas as we go. And if you feel unwell, just let me know. I was sent out to run an errand. Don't worry about that. Come on, follow me. Yeah, boy. I'm sorry. It, actually wasn't an accident that we crossed paths. I planned this out ahead of time. I should have you sent out on a fake errand. It feels like I'm always on alert back at the mansion. Can't relax in my own house. It's actually kind of funny. Sorry, that was inappropriate of me. I just thought, since the sun's mostly blocked out, it would be alright if... I'm feeling just fine. Ah. Of course. I get her out of the house and I can't even think of anything to say. Hey, Yes? Have you settled into life at the mansion? I have. Everyone has been such a big help. That's good to hear. Indeed. Come on, Mel! This is your chance, man. Yes? Nellie told me she had you help to redecorate her room some time back. Ah, yes. That was shortly after I arrived. What of it? Yeah, that day, Nellie told me that she don't... I don't... never mind. It's not important. It is important. But I can't just ask how she feels about me. That'd make it sound like I... Forget sound like. I do, don't I? Lord Mel? Oh, sorry. I had something on my mind. It looks like it might rain again today. The weather usually gets better as summer approaches, not worse like it has been. It won't be a heavy storm, though. No? The wind is too gentle. You can tell from that. Vaguely, but yes. Huh, that's impressive. I often leave the house unprepared, only to find myself sloshing back in the rain. You laugh a lot more than you used to. Do I? Yeah, and I like that. You look better with a smile on your face. A smile suits Lady Nellie much more than I. What? Her smile and your smile are completely different. Also, a smile suits you as well, Lord Mel. Do you really think so? What am I supposed to do in the face of a smile like that? So, Yes? Knowing her, if I ask if I'm imposing, she'll say no without hesitation. Trying to cover myself isn't going to get me anywhere. Hold on a second. I never did get you those flowers like I promised. There was a single white rose blooming in the garden. I was planning to give it to you, but it disappeared before I had the chance. Oh, and we know what happened to that. So, I'd like you to have this. It's not a real rose, but it won't wilt either. I... Mel was holding an ornamental white rose. It was an impressively detailed replica of the real thing, crafted by an incredibly skilled artisan's hand. It was, I imagine, made by the same craftsman from whom Mel had ordered Nellie's birthday necklace. The young man, who but a handful of days earlier had said he had no sweetheart, had come in to commission a present for a girl. The master of the shop must have been quite surprised. Or perhaps it had given him a good laugh instead. It was for this moment that he so desperately sought for time together with the white-haired girl. I don't know what you like, so I had to base it on my sister's tastes. My apologies. I cannot accept this. Is the design not to your liking? No, I just... If you're concerned about how much I paid for it, don't be. I just want you to have it, that's all. Please. Why are you so kind to me? Why? Because... I'm sorry, I can't accept it. A clear glint of flustered panic was visible in her red eyes. There's not a girl in the world whose heart would not flutter at the sight of the sparkling rose accessory. But her reaction was far from delight. As a matter of fact, there were traces of fear and apprehension in her countenance. I beg your pardon. Hold on. With a look of distress on her face, the white-haired girl made to run off, but Mel grabbed her by the arm in the nick of time. At least, tell me why. Is it because you dislike me? I never said... Something's wrong with me. From the day you arrived at the mansion, it's like I haven't been myself. I've been strangely afflustered ever since. Whether I try to study or whether I try to read, none of it sticks. I'm just looking at the pages of text, tracing rows of letters only for them to disappear as soon as I look away. It's all because of you. I truly am sorry. Please, don't be any more generous than you already have. When I'm with you, my willpower wavers. What do you mean by that? I'm so sorry. Wait! Mel's grip loosened for a moment, allowing her to slip free and dart off like a gust of wind, not giving him a chance to stop her a second time. The dumbfounded flaxen-haired boy stood frozen in place, left all by himself. The breeze, which the white-haired girl had called gentle earlier, felt faintly chilly, almost as if mocking him. It looks like she's even less fond of me than I thought. God, I'm crying. I'm pathetic. Well, if it isn't Mel, what might you be? Are you crying? I'm so pitiful. Sorry you had to see me like this. Think nothing of it. I passed by a girl just a few moments ago. She appeared to be rather distressed as well. Did something happen between the two of you? I wasn't good enough, it seems. Not good enough? That was the new maid I was telling you about before. I was, like you said, Father, I was quite keen on her. Quite. Enough to bring me to tears like a miserable child. But she rejected me. I don't even have what it takes to be a stand-in prince. Mel. I apologize for complaining to you about this. I'm completely hopeless. Mel. Please don't try to cheer me up. I don't need any sympathy. I just... No, Mel, listen to me. What? I've seen that girl before. What do you mean? But, you said she was a servant at your house, right? In which case... Yes, she is. Please tell me, Father, where did you see her? Why must you be so evasive? It was... probably someone else. someone else? You're saying you mistook someone who stands out as much as her? Father, she and the man who I assume is her father paid a visit to the church once. They came asking for food, their clothes in tatters. The two of them were emaciated. I don't think they were eating daily. What? Wait a minute. Are you saying she's a beggar? But Father said she came from an esteemed house. Which is why I said I might be mistaken, Mel. She has a singular aspect, but it is possible there's another girl who looks similar. Deep down, though, the priest surely believed the opposite. And so he said sternly, like teacher to a pupil, "But you must be absolutely certain, Mel. Understood? You cannot proceed any further without knowing her ancestry." May I visit the church, Father? By all means. In the back of Mel's mind, a vision of the night of the storm, the night the white-haired girl arrived at the mansion, was surely replaying. She had been wearing little more than rags and covered in grime, hardly the appearance of a respectable young lady of class. Excuse me. Have I been putting her through unnecessary stress? If she actually turns out to be nameless, to be rankless, no matter where she comes from, my heart is decided. I will not fool myself about how I feel any longer. No, I cannot fool myself. But how does she feel? What will everyone else think? I have to find out why she was welcomed into our house. I'll ask Mother, or Father. No. If for some reason they don't know that she's an aristocrat, I'm better off not saying anything. But if they don't, then does that mean she's been lying to us? And to them? I have to find out. This time I must get answers.
Uh-oh. Huh. Wow, okay, I did not expect this episode to, already have so much shit going on, man. Alrighty, let's see.
No, absolutely not. You come back, and the first thing you say is that? I hate you, Father. I will not stand for this. Why? Why would he just suddenly throw that on me? He didn't even ask for my opinion. No, I won't do it. I'm fine the way things are. I'm just fine. Dearest Mel, I need your help. I don't want to get married.
Jesus, man, what the fuck? Oh, okay, so things are definitely reaching a climax point.
This may seem sudden, but I must confess that I made a grave mistake. My transgression is that I was unable to completely predict where this path we were traveling led. My hands were full dealing with my immediate day-to-day tasks, so I could do naught but pray that there was happiness waiting in the future. Happiness for everyone who lived within Rose Manor. But I am a mere maid. There are limits to what I am allowed to do. And furthermore, it was not my place to offer her my hand. Roads, such as the one we were following, have a way of diverging with little warning. And if you do not turn the wheel exactly right at those sudden forks, you may end up somewhere horribly off course. I was well aware of that fact, which is why I thought that what I did was for the best.
Uh-oh, what did she do?
It's happening again. I made sure the door was closed, but I can sense someone standing there. Someone watching me. Footsteps. They're looking down at me. I want to open my eyes, but I can't do it. Cassis. You're just going to leave without doing anything, aren't you? Then hurry up and get out of here. Free me from this torture. No, tonight they're on my bed now, looking down on me. My neck. I can't speak. I can't move. These cold fingers. That soft breath. Why? I can't move my... Oh, I can move my body. But that's not important right now. Oh, shit. You smell of roses. The scent of a world far removed from ours. He made to gasp at the sight before him, only to realize he could not. The pressure of her cold fingertips wrapped around his throat robbed him almost entirely of the ability to breathe. Why? He silently mouthed the word. For that moment at least, her melancholic ruby eyes were focused wholly on the flaxen-haired young man. In them glowed a faint flicker of willpower, and a continuously burning agitation that roused her to action. I told you to stop being so kind to me. Why? It will all be over soon. Please don't make any noise. Why? To put an end to this family. You are my only. Why are you shaking? What? Upon hearing Mel's words, the strength drained from her slender fingers. He had not been questioning why she would do such a thing. There was, of course, a trace of bewilderment visible in his eyes, but he did not shout, nor did he tremble in fear. He instead expressed concern for the young woman who looked like a cornered rabbit. I'm not shaking. You are. I can see it. As he slowly regained his breath, Mel's voice too grew clearer. Conversely, the red-eyed girls grew progressively more faint and raspy. You're not doing this because you genuinely want to. There's some other reason. This is what I desire. Have you been to my room before? You have. I'm sorry. Well, I'll be damned. Tell me, why are you shaking? You're not putting any pressure on my neck. Why haven't you run? Because I cannot fathom why you would do this, so I'm not afraid. Do you hate me so deeply that you want me dead? Do you despise me to the point that you'd be willing to take my life with your own hands? No, I don't. See? Like I said, there's another reason. If it isn't because you detest me, then tell me, why is it? I'm sorry. I will leave your room now. I will do my best not to bother you any further, so please forget anything ever happened. Do you think I'm just going to say okay and let you go? Why can't you tell me the reason? I'm sorry. Alright then, I'll try and guess. What? It has something to do with your lineage. You're troubled by it somehow. Am I right? I thought so. How do you know about that? The priest at the church told me that he had seen you before. He also told me, a little about your origin. But that's all I know. The only difference between us is social rank. I don't know what would cause you to do this. Please, tell me who you really are. Tell me why you came to the mansion, and why Father allowed you to be a maid. I haven't said anything to Mother or Father. If you're hiding the truth from them, they still don't know. But I want to. I won't get mad at you or have you punished. I'll even swear to God if you'd like. I want to be the prince who whisks you away. I want to be like the prince who rescued the girl from the dark mansion and showed her the world. I know I'm not that dependable, but I want to help you. Why do you show me such compassion? Why do you treat me like this? I have my hand around your neck.
Why? I thought it would be obvious. Or have I not expressed myself well enough? I love you. Every time you push away, it crushes me. I didn't even know my heart could feel such distress. If you dislike me and don't want to be with me, then, well, I'll just have to live with that, as much as it may hurt. But if you have some other reason, some weight on your shoulders that you can't share with anyone else, tell me. I want to help you. There are other options. Things we can do about your...
No, that's not it.
Huh?
I've tried to hate you so many times. So yes, there's more to it than just social status. But I can't do it. I couldn't make myself do it.
What do you mean?
I had so many chances, but I couldn't do anything. She spoke in a stifled voice, as if every word had to fight to escape her lips. She appeared so fragile, so precarious looking down on him that it seemed as though, if a gust of wind were to whisk through the room, it would blow her away completely. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them again and failed. However, her hand did not pull away from his still slender neck. Her hand is so cold. He did not challenge her, but simply kept his eyes fixated on hers, as if carefully watching to see what she would do next. I'll say it as many times as I must. I love you, and I wouldn't be able to accept losing you without knowing anything. So please, tell me the reason. I'll see to it that you're taken care of. Those are the words of a man of means, Lord Mal. Of someone blessed enough to have pity for others. You are a foolish young man. You know nothing. But the greatest fool of all is myself. If you agree to punish me, I will talk. Tell me. Her long white hair and his soft flaxen hair touched. For just the briefest of moments, it appeared in the darkness as though they had fused together. The white-haired girl, having finally gathered the courage to, began to slowly tell her tale. Hold up, I just want to see if I can... There should be a way... whatever. On the night of the storm, I had paid a visit to Rose Manor, this mansion. My father and I were always on the move, travelling across the land by foot, so it was only recently that we had heard rumours of Rose Manor. There are several reasons why we couldn't stay in one place. First is my unusual appearance. People often find the colour of my skin or eyes disconcerting, so after living in one place for long enough, unsettling rumours would begin to spread, forcing us to leave. Another reason was my father's line of work. He painted pictures for a living, but he had trouble finding a patron, so he had to work day to day. When he was no longer able to find work in a city, we would move. We were birds that migrated without a flock. When we arrived at this town, my father was exhausted and weak. That is when we learned of Rose Manor, and the family who dwelled within it. Rhodes is a name my father could never forget. He was, long ago, a painter in service of the Rhodes family. Hold on. Your father was an artist here? Yes. It was before I was born, so you probably don't remember, Lord Mel. So, you knew about us before you came here? For as long as I can remember, I've known the name Rhodes. My father was chased from... My father was chased from your house. Just because he didn't like something that he had painted. Having failed the Rhodes family, no one else would become his patron. Just as a good reputation spreads, so does a bad one. Branded once as a failure, no one will ever take you in ever again. You nobles throw your parties and spread your gossip about this painter or that sculptor. The rose you tried to give me is an example of that. It was certainly crafted with skill, but the jewel is only known because some aristocrat spoke highly of him. My father's paintings were no less skillful. He was a talent that could not be easily imitated. But no one was willing to separate the art from the artist. The Rhodes family stole everything from my father. But even thrown out onto the streets, his only skill was painting. That was all he could do to earn a living. What little money we had for food he gave to me. He did anything that he could to ensure my survival, even at the expense of his own well-being. My father passed away in this town. Up until his last breath, he's only ever concerned about me. He held me in his arms and ran his fingers through my hair, an apologetic look on his face. If I had a normal appearance, I'm sure life would have been much easier. He was always telling me how sorry he was for making life so hard, even though it's not his fault that I look like this. I disdained the Rhodes family for putting my father through such hardship. I imagined he was still living in decadence, acting as though nothing had ever happened. No, you wouldn't even care about the fate of one simple painter. Our lives meant nothing to you, and so I sought to bring misfortune upon you.
And that's why he tried to kill me.
In truth, I wanted to take the master's life, but your father spent so much time outside the mansion, and so...
You're right. If they lost me, it would put my family in a very difficult position.
That is the whole of my tale. You know about my father, and how I feel about you. Having told you of the blackness in my heart, I cannot go on living like nothing has changed. Please give me punishment.
Why would you have me put the one I love through any more misery?
I am not fit for your affection. Not only because I'm not an aristocrat, but because every time I spoke with you, I did so holding this darkness in my heart. Does that not unnerve you?
In the end, it was my family's actions that caused you so much suffering. Would that your father was still alive, perhaps I could have done something. I'm sorry. And besides, you hesitated. You didn't actually kill me. What even am I to punish you for? As you said, you had countless opportunities, but you could not bring yourself to do so. Tell me, why couldn't you kill me?
Because
If it's because I've given you enough reason to have even the slightest bit of interest in me.
Nothing was as I envisioned it.
What?
I assumed the residents of Road Manor would be cold, people who believe that wealth and rank mattered above all. But on the night of the storm, the mistress was the first one to extend her hand to me. I arrived at the mansion disguised as a beggar. Actually, disguise is not the right word, as many nights I only survived on the generosity of others. The mistress did not send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant.
So that was Mother's doing.
I could scarcely believe that she would invite a stranger into her home, that she would treat a stranger with such compassion. I thought perhaps she knew who my father was, but I never met any of you before, so she must simply be that kind-hearted a woman. And the mistress continued to treat me with kindness, despite my disquieting appearance and the darkness in my heart. In time, I began to grow less and less sure of myself. Was what I meant to do truly right? Were the things I felt truly justified? But it was a certain fact that my father was here, that he had been chased out. So I decided I should take your life, to put an end to everything before I wavered any further. And then...
And then...
You were too kind to me. It's all your fault. Because you laugh with such affection. Because you give me smiles like that. Because you say the things you say. I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. I'm so happy to hear that. Despite, the unusual circumstances. Please, don't say you want to leave. Don't ask me to punish you. I could do anything for your father. I couldn't do anything for your father. But at least, allow me to do something for the daughter he cared for so dearly. You are far too kind-hearted. I'll be happy with you around. You can become a real aristocrat. Huh? There are families that would be willing to adopt you, especially knowing it would bring them ties to the Rhodes family in the near future. Are you saying, as long as you're okay with that, of course. I don't understand how you could possibly say that. I have your hand around my neck even as we speak. It seems reasonable enough to me. I'm desperately looking for some way to not have to lose you. But I couldn't. I don't know any etiquette or social norms. How could I? You can learn all that. You're pretty and naturally graceful. You'll do just fine. You are such an aristocrat, Lord Mel. What? The way you can come up with compliments so easily. Only for you. Nellie says my poetry has as much charm as a dissertation. I don't understand theatre. It puts me to sleep. You laughed. Thank goodness. Keep smiling. You don't have to stop. A smile on your face is a smile on mine. No matter how deep the darkness has taken root in your heart, it can always be removed. I believe people are capable of forging their own futures. What do you say we go to the theatre sometime? I promise I won't sleep through it. At the private theatre we can get seats at the far end of the second floor so we don't have to stand. They would be pretty lavish seats, and would give you a chance to experience the noble life. But please, don't be shy. I can have clothes prepared for you. I'll ask one of the maids who can keep a secret. Say, the one with the black hair. She kinda scares me though. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How could you show such compassion for me? I tried to inflict harm upon you. Am I allowed to feel such joy? For every day you suffered, a day of happiness. That's how it has to be. So stand by my side. He softly whispered the girl's name. For several long moments her lips trembled in trepidation, but in time she squeezed them together and made a smile. He wrapped his arms around her unbelievably slender, frail frame, holding her tight in an affectionate embrace. She! Mel approached me the next day. He explained to me the course of events, and then asked me to dress her up even more beautifully than any other noble girl had ever been. She was already a very pretty girl, so even without much effort on my part, simply putting her in a dress, she radiated beauty. I was quite partial to her smile, so I agreed to help, thinking that if it would lead to their happiness, I could not ask for anything more. I never anticipated what would happen next, though. Perhaps my hopes were unreasonable after all. Uh-oh. What happened next?
Ooh. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. I gotta end it here, right? I gotta end it here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, save, yes. Go back, and I know how to get back to the screen, main screen this time. return to the entrance, right? There we go. Okay, yo, what the hell, man? Wow, everything is happening all at once, huh? I mean, seriously. Shit, man. Okay. So some big things here. Fuck, okay. Wow, I don't even know where to start. Okay, so first off, we started off very fucking strong with the whole, just with everything. So basically, what we found out, white-haired girl was actually a poor beggar on the streets whose father had been previously thrown out by the Rhodes family and had his credibility as a painter basically ruined, or at least that presumably happened. She comes back to the mansion to try and get revenge and kill the master of the house, but can't really do that because he's always away, so settles on killing us. But because we're so, kind to her and stuff and compassionate to her, she starts to hesitate. And now we're about to go out on a date, an actual date. So, wow, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, here's my predictions. If you've noticed, Nellie's getting married. Nellie is getting married, and she had kind of like asked Mel for help. Not directly, of course, but she said, "Oh, Mel, I need your help." Yada yada yada. So my theory is this: I think when she sees that she's kind of being left behind, because again, her whole world basically centers around Mel. So when she sees that, oh hey, him and the maid are going out on dates and stuff, and they're in love with each other, while I'm, and he's basically abandoning me, and I'm being married off to some random guy that I don't even know and I don't love and I don't care about. My theory is that she's gonna flip her shit and do something to one of them or both of them, and I think that's what the black-haired maid is saying, because she said what was it? Like, oh yeah, if it led to both of their happiness, I couldn't ask for anything more, but I never would have guessed what would have happened next. Wow. I don't even know. I do not even know. Ooh, this shit is getting fucking hot, man. I'm honestly just in such a state of shock because I really was not expecting this episode to be so fucking heavy, right? But I have no fucking complaints about that, man. I have no complaints whatsoever. And can I just throw this in there? Black-haired maid is such a fucking baddie, dude. I think I said that like on the first episode, but she's just such a baddie. Huh. That is interesting. That is very, very interesting. I mean, I really just feel like I can say 1,000 things, but I'm going to hold that for next time because I have a feeling that next episode may potentially be the last one in the series, or at the very least it's going to be a very important one, a very, very important episode. So that's going to be it from me for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and tell me in the comment section below what you'd like to see me play next. If you enjoyed this video or any other videos or series on my channel, then I highly recommend that you hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified when a new one of those videos comes out. Anyways, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one.